Hey everyone, welcome to another segment of Nerders. My name is Rich.
I'm Nick.
Today we're talking about what we've been up to.
So
Nick, tell the people.
quite a lot.
And me.
Quite a lot.
You've been up to a lot?
Quite a bit.
What's going on?
I'm going to save the one obvious thing that everybody was up to that probably watched this show this past weekend because I know you saw it too. We'll talk about that at the end. I saw another movie this weekend though too.
Okay.
As did you. I haven't seen one of them. I saw something else. I saw 50 Shades Darker instead of John Wick, which I know you'll talk about. Because there's this other person that sometimes sits here in these videos who wanted to see it.
And you should have said, we're going to see John Wick 2 instead.
Here's what I will say, though. The Thursday night before these movies came out, we were supposed to go see 50 Shades. Mm-hmm. And instead we got to see Lego Batman first. So at least I got that.
So you kind of owed...
Yeah, I mean, we saw the first one. We saw this one. These are bad movies.
Is it as bad as what I'm hearing? Because I'm hearing it's like...
It's just so boring.
Trash.
It's just very boring. He does, I can say it is a fact, that they visit Christian Grey's childhood bedroom, and he does indeed have a framed Chronicles of Riddick poster.
Yes.
Nobody knows why.
That's the most random thing.
It's so weird. It's so prominent in the room. It's like the only thing on the wall. It's so weird.
I think they're teasing.
Not even Pitch Black. Like Chronicles of Riddick.
And I like Chronicles of Riddick.
I enjoy it too, but most people don't. We're kind of in the minority there.
That's a weird one to...
It makes no sense.
Are they teasing another Riddick movie? Because I really want
It's a bad movie, though.
Yeah.
And like, it feels so long and yet is about nothing and nothing happens. And like like if you see the trailer, like they try and make it seem like somebody's out to kill them.
Well, that's what I could think. Like I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, there's explosions and there's this going on. I'm like, what the hell is this
person
movie?
that's like out to kill them in the trailers? That's like 2 seconds of the movie it's wrapped up with. They make it seem like there's this giant plane crash and everything. Spoilers. The guy crashes his private plane like Harrison Ford.
Oh.
Is thought missing in the woods, and it's resolved quicker than most of the short sex scenes. It's so...
Yeah, I heard the sex is really toned down in this, too.
Yeah.
What's the...
I mean, yeah, there's not like a big... Like, there's one point where she's like, take me to the red room or whatever, and he doesn't. Instead, he just goes there and gets, like, some sexual torture device. Oh. But it's really just, like, something that he puts around her ankles, and it spreads them open, or... I don't know. I just sat there, and I just... My eyes were kind of watching images for an hour and a half. I don't know what happened in it. It's a thing. I'm going to end up having to see the third one. It's whatever. But some other things that I've been up to. I've been playing a game.
What are you playing?
I'm playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Oh, how is it?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
The campaign is actually fantastic. And I really, really, really liked Modern Warfare. I thought it was spectacular. I thought all the game of the years and everything was totally warranted. I was so absorbed in that game. And then I haven't played a Call of Duty. I played a couple more after that, like Modern Warfare 2 and 3, maybe the first Black Ops. But honestly, I got really sick of those games very quickly because every year they seem like they're the same thing. Why did she call every week? Every week she calls, and I can never always during this time. What I'm up to is not answering her phone call, and she'll never watch this video. That's fine.
So if you don't tweet at her, at Dana Explains, and tell her that Nick ignored her phone call.
But I got so tired of the Call of Duty games. They're so repetitive. Were you there with me?
I played Black Ops. I think that's really the only one I've played on my own single player. I was like, it's fine. It didn't make me want to go play more. It didn't make me want to go like upset that I spent time with it. I was like, okay, like it's fine.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the E3, they did that one playable demo, and it was like, all right, cool, it's Call of Duty.
I mean, it looked cool.
I mean, it did, but because they always look super cool. They always look super polished, but it's always repetitive. And then, like, people all over that we listen to were like, no, it's actually really good. And so I got it for Christmas, and I finally got to it now. And the first level starts off and it's the typical Call of Duty thing where it's like this big set piece opening level that's really just the controls, and I was like, here we go again, same shit. Like, it's cool, but it's just the same thing again. But it's in space, on a really boring looking ice planet. The opening, I was like, this is boring. Like, at least in Modern Warfare 3 or whatever, you're seeing New York get destroyed, as weird as that is years after 9/11. But then the game really started. And it's actually really cool. Like, really, really cool. It feels very fresh once you really get into it. And it does things like, a lot of the story beats are very reminiscent of other things. I mean, it's ripping off. Most notably, it feels a lot like Battlestar Galactica, the reboot, like a game. In a lot of ways. Many, many ways. But it's really cool. And it breaks up the typical Call of Duty where it's just like, level, mission. This is like, once you're in space after a few levels on your ship that you end up, it's your ship. It has a planet map like Mass Effect, where you can choose to continue the story or go to other planets and do other things and track down like the galaxy's most wanted criminals, and you get rewards for that. And so like I've probably played like maybe 4 of those on top of like mission levels, story levels, and the ones tracking down like the most wanted people, they vary in quality. Like, there's one that was maybe like 15 minutes. There's the other ones are 45 minutes to an hour. They vary, and it probably continues that way. I can't really speak to it, but I'm really digging it. It's actually really, really cool. So good stuff there. And then I saw Lego Batman, but you go ahead and you talk about that.
Well, I did see Lego Batman. We'll talk about that towards the end, and we can maybe clip that out for a review. But I saw John Wick 2.
Oh, I should have.
You should have, but you didn't.
No.
It's great. I think we talked about maybe last week or off screw something. We were talking about the first one. I love the first one. I think I like it probably a little bit more. Were you the one I was talking to about that?
It's good. I think it's overrated. It's become this thing where it's like, I think some people just kind of overly praise. In my opinion, it's kind of like, it was good.
Yeah,
it was a fine movie.
It was I think I might have said this on this show too. It's no like Fury Road, but it's a great action movie. For me, I think it's I rewatched it before I saw the second one. And like watching, I was like, this is really like good. Like, I love the world they set up. I love this assassin underground, kind of like this group. There's a word I'm looking, like this organization thing that's going on, and this code, and all these little hints at things.
I loved all that in the first movie. I love the idea of that hotel where it's like you stay here and there's a truce. And it's just like, oh, that's really, really pretty awesome.
The second one it's more of the same. I think if you like the first one, you'll like the second one, but it also builds the world out a lot more in really cool ways. I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much people were up on spoilers and stuff, but it definitely expands this organization. You see different parts of it and how it all works, and they had the whole thing at the beginning of the first one. It was like, oh, I want to make a table reservation or dinner reservation for 12 or whatever, and then the guys come over and they take all the bodies and stuff out. Well, there's like more things like that and codes and interesting things that they do with that as well.
That's cool.
But
so Dana saw a TV trailer for the second one, and we had told her a bit about the first one last week. And she's out on the first one. When she found out there's a dog that dies, she won't see that movie. But she was like, it looks kind of cool, the second one. I'd probably go see it with you, but not if another dog dies.
A dog does not die.
There we go. She'll be all right.
To my recollection.
I think you would remember that. What are you, a monster? Cool. I'm excited to see. I'll have seen that by the next episode.
Cool.
Next week, I mean, at least.
The only thing I've been up to is Lego Batman.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's again, I feel like it's something that's kind of getting overrated, but it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's as expected. That's what you asked me how it was. I said it's as expected. It was a good time.
I wasn't sure what you meant by that because we were both pretty excited about it. So
Yeah.
you were like, as expected. I was like,
is that like it was amazing or like yeah, it's fine. Like it's
well,
good.
I did
It's
that
fine.
deliberately. I didn't want to leave you in.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to sway any opinion.
Sure.
But, I expected it. I expected to enjoy myself, and I did. I don't know how rewatchable it is, honestly. Like I'll buy it. I'll probably watch it once every once in a while. But like, it's fine. I've got friends, not even just critics, but critics are blown away by this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got friends who are posting things like the best Batman movie of all time. It's like, when's the last time you watched The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? People who I know the character well saying, this movie gets the character of Batman better than anything I've ever seen. What? Like, have you read any of the perennial comics? Have you seen the animated series? Like, what does that even mean? Like, it's a send-up.
So do we want to talk spoilers and stuff on this?
Sure.
Okay. So
Yeah,
spoilers.
I think we should, because I want to know what you thought about one
Certainly.
key thing that departs from Batman.
Yeah. So spoilers from here on out for Lego Batman. We both like it. Go
Yeah, it's
see
good.
it. I don't think it's the greatest movie of the year
No,
or
it's
anything
fine.
that's going on. But like you said, people like my girlfriend really liked it, but she hates Batman, so she liked the send up of it.
Got that. That's right.
We just got uninvited to the wedding.
Oh, man. Well, you didn't.
That's fine.
Okay, keep going.
So she really liked that aspect of it because it pokes fun at a lot of stuff. I love all the throwback stuff and seeing like
Me
all
too.
the posters like redone as Lego and like all that stuff that they do. My big problem is the Phantom Zone.
When it becomes like a dimension in the movie,
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense at all.
That's really my big issue with this movie.
Yeah. I didn't get the Jerry Maguire joke. I was just like,
Yeah.
why is there real people? Like, maybe if it had been Jerry Maguire and Legos, like, it just was kind of like, why?
See, and it may have been the perspective I don't know how you, but I went into this viewing it as this is a Lego Batman movie. It takes place only in the Batman universe.
Yeah.
And like my girlfriend, who she was fine with that turn in the movie, was like, well, I kind of assumed it was part of the bigger Lego of the Lego movie, which takes place in...
Which apparently all of these Lego movies are going to be connected.
But see, then I think it should have established that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been something in the beginning that said, no, like, this is part of the bigger thing. Like, yes, this is the same Will Arnett Batman that we had from Lego Batman, which makes sense then if he's watching real people, because real people technically exist, and they show, like, the portal that, like, oh, if you get sucked in, it's going to break open, and you're going to get sucked into, like, nothingness.
Is there a Lego Gremlins physical set that I'm not aware of?
Not that I've ever seen.
Come out with it or stop using them.
Yeah. The closest we have right now is Lego
Because
Dimensions.
if you spoilers for the Lego movie, you should have seen it by now.
Oh,
okay,
Lego.
it's awesome. But at the end of that movie, what it turns out is the whole thing is happening because live action people are playing with them, and it's like real toys, and this is a movie. So like that could be what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Gremlin set. Make a Gremlin set or stop doing it.
But yeah, that's really like, as soon as it hit, I was like, wait a second, why are these characters in the Phantom Zone? First of all, yeah, why are they even in the Phantom Zone?
It makes no sense.
And then
Unless the assumption is that, again, it's like the kid playing up in Will Ferrell's attic.
sure,
You know?
but there's never that moment to set that up early on.
No.
It's just, it's all feels very, this is Batman, this is the Batman universe, not this is Lego and we're in the Batman world, quote unquote. But the Phantom Zone has all these different...
I mean, I really do think, and I've read some comments with the guy who's like shepherding, who they asked him, "Are you basically the Kevin Feige of the Lego movies?"
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Yeah, like we're making sure they all connect and everything." Like this is supposed to be the Lego Batman from the Lego
Sure.
Batman movie who went on that adventure. So I guess under those circumstances, you would assume that it is the same house, unless they sold their collection because they went and Will Ferrell got fired from his job
Yeah.
and they're losing their house. So
it just feels out of place.
it does.
Because that was the thing with
It
the
does.
Lego movie, is that it was the Lego movie. It was all of these Lego properties kind of come, you could do with, the Legos were generic, but then you had, different IP and stuff entering their world.
Right.
Because it was the Lego movie. This was the Lego Batman movie, and up until that point, it's very grounded in the Batman DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't, for me, really work. Then it felt like it was a Lego Dimensions movie. I was like, oh, okay, this feels like a big... Well, okay, you can buy Gremlins right now. You can buy Harry Potter right now. You can buy this pack right now. You can buy that pack. So it's just a big, marketing second half. Like, what?
Yeah, and I don't, and I, maybe you disagree, but one clear opinion that I had of this is Zach Galifianakis, awful Joker. He was so boring.
Fine.
He just sounded like it was Zach Galifianakis talking. That could have been better. For the Joker, in my opinion, done right or done wrong, depending on how you feel about Jared Leto, every Joker performance, under any circumstances, has always felt interesting to me. And this was just bland. I'm talking animated and otherwise.
I think it was fine. Like, I didn't have it didn't stand out to me.
I
think the way they make him stand out,
he was the worst.
I think the way they make him stand out in this is, instead of being like super crazy, it's like the relationshipy Joker.
Yeah, which I mean, even you get in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but I mean, they push it.
Yeah, I mean, they push it to comedy, but it's literally like you have him, the classic line from the scene of Jerry Maguire they show. He literally says in The Dark Knight to him in the interrogation scene, "You complete."
Yeah.
Like, it's, I mean, that element, it's very pushed in Dark Knight that they have to have each other and they need each other. And,
but again, you have to remember, this is a kids movie. You can only push the Joker.
Oh, no, of course. I just didn't like his performance. I just thought he was bland. I thought that they could have gotten a million more interesting people.
I liked the Bane stuff.
Yeah.
Like the few little one-liners and stuff.
That was good.
I wish we hadn't seen as much of Michael Cera in the trailers as we did. Because I think he's really good.
A lot of the good jokes. It was like, I feel like I didn't watch many trailers, but I felt like I saw a lot of the good jokes.
Yeah.
It was good, though. I mean, the same thing with, I thought we saw basically everything good about Ray Fiennes' butler, Alfred. He was good, but I feel like we already saw it all.
Sure.
That's not a fault of the movie. That's a fault of marketing. But it's getting a little bit blown out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But, and maybe if I revisit it, which I'm sure I'll watch it again, from the lens of, no, this is part of the bigger universe, it'll work. Because the first time I saw the Lego movie, like, I really wasn't super keen on the whole, this is a kid and his dad like thing, and I was like, that feels kind of out of place, but okay, whatever. And then kind of as I've had time to sit with it and seen it again and again, it's worked better for me.
Yeah, and we've both talked about Lego Dimensions, and we both really like Lego Dimensions. The least interesting part of Lego Dimensions to me is the cutscenes. Yeah, I don't really care about them. I care about playing in the worlds and seeing how they made the worlds. And so, kind of especially when he was in the Phantom Zone with the Joker, it just felt like a Lego Dimensions cutscene.
Yeah, it was like...
I kind of like glazed over.
It was like the end of the main game where you have all the villains together. Literally. And it was like, oh, this is what we're going to do. And this is like, okay.
Yeah.
And how do you... And I know, I think I texted you this. How do you not get Ray Fiennes to play Voldemort?
Yeah.
That seems...
He had to have. And like I said to you, he must not have wanted to do it.
That seems so weird.
But maybe he didn't want to make a... Maybe that's a performance that he's iconic for playing that part. And maybe he just didn't want to make light of it. Or maybe there's an extra zero added to his paycheck if he portrays that famous character again for Warner Brothers.
Sure.
In any way.
Or there's some kind of like contractual thing of like playing... It's like keeping that Harry Potter thing separate somehow.
Maybe.
Like, because they're very protective of what is and isn't and what you can and can't use. And
I got to read. There were a lot of interviews with the director, Chris McKay, and the producers and the writers, especially over the weekend. I bet if you read through, somebody had to have asked that question, and I would like to know. I'm sure the answer's out there.
Yeah, well, because all the time I'm like, that doesn't really sound like him, but is it him? Is he trying to do it? And then it's like, no, that's
just not him.
I think it was Eddie Izzard was the...
What?
think that's what I had saw.
So random.
But
why pay him? Like,
yeah.
Just get a voice. Just get a voice actor. Why? Like, there are great voice actors out there. Just why did Eddie Izzard instead of thinking, wow, Eddie Izzard did a great job, we're just sitting there going, why wasn't it? You know.
Why, yeah.
But anyway, it was good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want a sequel though. I got the joke.
Yeah. I don't know how much more you can do with it.
So one other thing while we're talking about these Lego movies, I'm assuming you got the trailer for Ninjago.
Yeah.
It looks funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm much more.
That movie's not going to do as well.
No,
right?
I am
way.
more interested in that though, having seen the trailer for it.
Oh, definitely.
'Cause
I was
I-
like, I'm not going to see that.
And I was like, oh, that actually kind of looks funny.
It looked funny. And that's the one thing that might save that movie from. But like this, Lego Batman, huge property, Batman,
Yeah.
open to about 30 million less than the Lego movie. I mean, what's Ninjago going to open to?
Sure. Yeah, that's
And
not
the
going
Lego
to
Batman still made a lot of money, like $56 million. Ninjago is going to open at like 20. Like, right? Like, am I wrong?
I mean,
Unless people really thought it looked that funny.
or it's
But
more
then
of
I'm worried about, like, by the time we get to Lego Movie 2, which I'm actually excited about.
Yeah. Will we
Are
care?
we just gonna like be burned out on
Yeah.
these? Like, are they doing? They're doing a lot really quickly.
See,
and I don't like that.
the one saving grace I think Ninjago might have is, I feel like, yes, Lego, Will Arnett's Batman was a popular character from Lego Movie, but this may have been the movie parents take their kids to, whereas Ninjago would be the movie that the kids drag their parents to. So you may have because we didn't grow up with Ninjago, but there are
Sure.
generations now who did, and who like that's
Ninjago and Chima.
that's kind of the Lego that they know, and they go, oh, well, that's I've got to go see that movie. So that might be the kind of its.
And is that gonna have friggin' the Wicked Witch of the East in it and everything? Like,
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's what we thought of Lego Batman. What did you think? Let us know in the comments below. You can tweet at us. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
Stonks.
Channels on Twitter at @OABeer_official. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/overbeer. And of course, right here at youtube.com/overbeer. But that'll wrap things up for today. So next time, drink up
And butter me up.